Public meeting of the Cartersville City Council to order. If you'll please stand for our invocation and pledge.
Pledge allegiance.
Comes after the invocation. Thank you.
This day has been designated as the National Day of Prayer. This is an opportunity for all persons, participants in a rich diversity of this country and of this community, to pray for God's blessing upon ourselves. I seek to give words to this prayer that the spirit of unity and goodwill will mark our common life. Let us pray. May the divine sovereign who has given us this good land as our heritage inspire us to be mindful of your favor and seek to do your will. Bind us together in a vision of unity and respect for all persons. Guide the people of this land in the ways of justice and peace. Direct all those in position of public trust and civic leadership. Let it be so. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Keelan, the roll, please.
Carrie Hodge, Ward 1. Here. Jay Stepp, Ward 2.
Here.
Louis Tonsmeyer, Ward 3.
Here.
Lindsey McDaniel, Ward 4.
Here.
Diane Tate, Ward 5.
Here.
Taft Ryan, Ward 6.
Here.
Thank you very much, Connie. Our first order of business is the approval of our council meeting minutes from April 21st. Council, you had these well in advance and had an opportunity to look them over. Now would be the chance to make any additions or any kind of edits, and if not, a motion would be in order.
Motion to approve, Mayor.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
And the minutes are approved. This is one of the more fun things we get to do during the year, and that is recognize our Teachers of the Year. And I will recognize them. And I've got a resolution for each of you, and then when I'm done reading these, we'll be happy to present those. For the order that they were in the stack, no particular order. Ashley Chupp, who is named Teacher of the Year at Cartersville Middle School. Linda Andrews, Teacher of the Year at Cartersville Primary School. Cynthia Voss, Teacher of the Year at Cartersville High School. And Tiffany Townsend, Teacher of the Year at Cartersville Elementary. So welcome. I have a resolution that has each of your names on it that says that you've been named Teacher of the Year, and where your personal dedication and sincere concern for quality education has made you an asset to the school system, and that your leadership has provided a vital service for the children of Cartersville, and it is the desire of the city of Cartersville to honor this most valuable teacher. Now therefore be it resolved by the mayor and city council of Cartersville that because of your dedication and excellent performance of service, that this means be taken to honor you for your Teacher of the Year award. So, if you'll hand these to me just when I'm done doing that, if I can get Ms. Townsend, Teacher of the Year at Cartersville Elementary School. Anybody else? Come on, guys. Next is Ms. Cynthia Voss. Linda Andrews, Cartersville Primary.
Stand.
I wondered the same thing.
Now I'm going to do something that y'all would never do in your classrooms. I'm going to give you an opportunity to leave the class early. You're welcome to stay. I ask that you do the same with your students tomorrow.
Yay!
And I have another proclamation here as we move on from that. The Georgia Parks and Recreation Association's National Water Safety Month. And I haven't had a chance to sign this one yet. And who is here to receive this award? Step forward, sir. I'm sorry. Or Greg, did you want to kind of announce this? Or why don't you come on up? Both of you. Stretch that ankle out. None like putting you on the spot, huh?
Yeah, well, this proclamation is for National Water Safety Month. We had our wires mixed up. This gentleman's here for, will be on the next agenda, which is National Boating Week. It's National Boating Safety Week. But we do have a proclamation for Water Safety Month, which is May. And if I don't know if you want to read that, I've got Megan Hicks, our aquatics coordinator here, that does our program. If you could present that to her.
Sure, maybe I'll
Thank
read
you.
it better than the last ones. It says, whereas the citizens of Cartersville recognize swimming and aquatic-related activities serve as a vital role in the physical and mental health and enhance the quality of life for all people, and Georgia is listed among the top 10 states in the nation for unintentional drownings for children under the age of 15, whereas the citizens of Cartersville understand that education plays an essential role regarding the topic of water safety and prevention of drowning and other recreational water-related injuries, and the city of Cartersville operates and maintains 3 pools for its citizens where water safety and water safety education is the highest priority through well-trained American Red Cross certified lifeguard staff and swimming lessons that are taught for all ages, and park maintenance staff includes 6 certified pool operators that keep the pools clean and water balanced and inviting. And whereas the citizens of Cartersville are aware of the contributions made by the recreational water industry as represented by the Georgia Recreation and Park Association through aquatic programs, pools, spas, lakes, and related activities, providing healthy places to recreate, learn, and grow, build self-esteem, confidence, and sense of self-worth, which ultimately contributes to the quality of life in our community. Whereas the citizens of Cartersville recognize the ongoing efforts and commitments to educate the public on pool and spa safety issues and initiatives by the pool, spa, waterfronts, lakefronts, water park, recreation, and park industries. And whereas the citizens of Cartersville, along with the Georgia Recreation and Park Association, understand the vital importance of communicating water safety rules and programs to families and individuals of all ages, whether owners of private pools, users of public swimming facilities, waterfronts, lakefronts, or visitors to water parks. Now, I, Matthew J. Santini, and the Cartersville City Council do hereby proclaim the month of May as National Water Safety Month. I'm glad to present this. All right, next items on the agenda are going to require a little more time. We're going to pass through those and remove those from the agenda tonight. So our next item is a public hearing for the second reading of zoning annexation request, file AZ 16-02. Mr. Menino, if you will proceed.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. As you had noted, this is the second reading. This is a de-annexation request for 1261 West Avenue. This is adjacent to the Stiles Auto Center. I believe we went through the presentation at the last meeting. Since the last meeting, there have been no additions or changes. There appears to be no conflicts of interest, and the Planning Commission did recommend approval of this request.
All right, any questions for Randy at this point? Seeing none, I'll open up a public hearing relative to AZ 16-02, and anybody wishing to step forward, speak for or against may do so at this time. And seeing none, I'll close the public hearing for AZ 16-02, and we'll now take it to council for consideration.
Motion to approve. Second.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Our next item is contract for agreement with the water main replacement project. Mr. Jones.
Good evening, everyone. As you may or may not recall, we entered into a contract with Stevenson and Palmer Engineering back in February. This is the firm we retained to do the design and bidding for the ATCO water main replacement Phase 1 project. And since that time, they have been purchased by a firm, an out-of-state firm, Goodwin Mills in Kaywood. There are some legal cleanup that we need to do with that. Basically, we are going to have to consent to assigning that contract to the new entity. Where it matters to me, we're going to be dealing with the same people, the same office, the same everything. The only change we should see is the logo on top of the stationery that they bill us on and what's on their shirt and vehicle when they show up. So I'm perfectly comfortable with staying with this company. It's basically a change in name as far as we're concerned, and would recommend your approval of that assignment.
Okay. Any discussion or questions for Bob on this? If there are none, a motion is in order.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you, Bob.
Yes, and I do have an item to add.
Yeah, we'll add
at your
those,
pleasure.
we'll add those at the end. Thank you, sir. Georgia Transmission Corporation.
Yes, sir, Mayor and Council. I have two agreements with the Georgia Transmission Association, and they are similar to what Bob was. We had an agreement with Georgia Power. They sold these transmission lines to Georgia Transmission Corporation, and the first agreement is just acknowledging that. Our agreement is now with Georgia Transmission, and there's no change. The only change is the fee is still the same. This is for the moving of guy wires and a transmission pole, and the amount is the same at $15,061. Only now they want a prepayment of that money, so that'll have to be paid in advance for that. And then the second agreement is an encroachment agreement with Georgia Transmission, which allows our trail to go through their property. This is for the Leak Mounds Trail, and where we'll encroach on them will be along Walnut Grove Road in front of the wastewater treatment plant.
Okay. So that's the Georgia Transmission Corporation. Anybody got any questions with that?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Was that? That was both of them, so did that motion,
Yeah, I said
You're good.
for both.
you said for both?
Did you second for both?
In the event that you didn't, let's just keep it legal and let's take a motion for the encroachment agreement on top of that. So, motion for that?
Yes, sir.
Second for that?
Indeed.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
At least keep us out of trouble there. Graphic and emergency response lighting package for the new fire department vehicles.
Mark Bagley, Battalion Chief, Corporal Fire. We request the approval of funds for the graphics and emergency response lighting package for two vehicles we've recently purchased. Total cost of the package is $9,870. It's a budgeted item. It will go under lease pool with the vehicles. which is putting us $4,264 under budget on these particular vehicles.
Very good. Any questions for Battalion Chief Bagley? If not, a motion's in order.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. We do have 2 items to add to the agenda tonight. Chair will entertain to add those 2 items.
So moved.
Second. Motion and a second. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. 2 items added. Let's start with Mr. Archer.
Yeah, y'all have a copy of the engagement?
Yeah.
Okay.
You
The city has retained Attorney Harvey Gray to represent the city in litigation with property owner Billy Wright, filed in Bartow County Superior Court. And this letter before you is what's called an engagement letter that Harvey Gray has asked the city approve, which has his agreement to represent the city and what he's been charged to do so. I recommend approval.
Thank you. Questions, comments, or motions?
Motion to approve?
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. And now, Bob, you've got that added item for the water plant. If you'll tell us about that, please.
I have a write-up here for you if you want it. Got a few photos up here. This is something we've discussed several times before. This is a detail of our 36-inch water main as it exits the 18 million gallon high service pump inside the high service pump building number 2. Here's some details of the corner wall that's beginning to crumble. This has shown some substantial worsening in the last year. It's hard to see in the picture, right above that square box, there's a crack gauge that sort of monitors how this thing's moving, and it's shown quite a bit of movement, like I say, in the last 12 months. Rebecca, if you'll flip back to that first photo. This is a close-up shot of a 36-inch ball valve. This thing weighs about 6,000 pounds, and it is actually lifting up out of the cradle that supports it, because as the building begins to settle this way, that pipe is a rigid structure, and it's lifting, and that is against all the laws of nature and good sense to allow that to continue. So what we have before you, we requested a cost from Unity Construction. As you may recall, Unity is the contractor that's currently engaged on the 41411 utility relocation project. Unity did a fantastic job handling that 36-inch pipe on that project. They were also the contractor that was retained by Ledbetter Properties to relocate the 36-inch pipe for the Kroger development, and they are specialists in large diameter pipe. If I could choose anyone, I would choose them to do this kind of job based on their performance the last 2 times. They have given us a quote to install a 36-inch butterfly valve at a location that will allow us to isolate this building so that if something did happen to it, there would be no catastrophic loss to the system as far as a rush of water escaping. The downside to not doing this is the only way we have to isolate the building is we have to close 2 valves at the plant, and one of those 2 valves would eliminate our ability to feed the 36-inch water main that feeds the majority of the north of town, Anheuser, Highland 75, a lot of important customers. The price on this is $98,361.58. And it is not a $100,000 Band-Aid. It's something we were going to do anyway. In next year's budget, you'll see a large line item for stabilizing this building. This is step 1 of doing that, because we have to take the building apart to do it. So it is something we're really just moving the schedule up on by 3 or 4 months, just to get a little better handle on this thing and feel a little more comfortable about the position that we're in.
If this looks familiar to you, we did see this on Tuesday and discussed it on Tuesday, and Bob and I discussed it, and we don't feel we can afford the time to wait on it. It's critical to fix.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for Bob or Sam on this?
Mayor, just one question. Bob, are you saying that this is almost a sole source provider because very few people do 36-inch
He's saying it's a change
lines?
order and it's an emergency.
Right,
Okay.
it is an issue of time, and this particular contractor is still here in town and can literally move down the road and be on the job in a matter of days.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions or discussion?
I will say that I went and actually viewed this pump house or whatever it's, I don't know the correct term, but it definitely needs some work done ASAP, so. yeah.
Thank you. Any other discussion? If not, a motion.
Motion to approve?
All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Any other business that needs to come before council this evening? Other than happy Mother's Day to those mothers.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo, sure.
Huge. I mean, it's
If
like-
there's any other business, Chair will entertain a motion to adjourn.
It's a yard, wow, around.
Did you get her rump on it?